I think the word I have for today is disappointed, that we are actually participating in political theater, that the bill that's getting put forward does nothing to change what's going on. Assemblyman Bergen made some wonderful points and asked some poignant questions, as did Assemblywoman Munoz, Lita Bramnick, and Hal Wirths. I have a couple of questions on the bill.
With the sponsor yield for
co-sponsor yield.
Yeah.
Hello, Assemblyman Scrivalotti. Thank you.
Hello.
Through you, Mr. Speaker. On the bill, on section 3B, it says, notwithstanding subsection of this, the governor shall notify the legislature on January 1. So, you know, we're going all the way through. That additional 90 days may be needed if there's an administrative order, directive, or waiver by the head of a state agency. So would this mean the directive that the MVC commissioner, or whatever her director, gave, that if one person comes down with COVID, the office is closed for 2 weeks, could be implemented for another 90 days, effectively bringing us out to the end of March?
Yeah, Assemblywoman, this language is intended to spell out that this body in the Senate, that the state legislature would have to affirmatively approve and concur with the governor's extension for another 90 days after January 1. So this body would have to vote in the affirmative for that, yes.
And the same with the DOL, that they don't have to actually go to work, they can work from home, while in my office alone, 1,600 people are still waiting for unemployment? We would have to affirm that as well?
Yes, but what I would say, Assemblywoman, I think there are two assumptions there. One, that the administrative orders are not going to be updated and amended between now and January 1, and two, that the governor would make the request. But yes, if he made the request, the state legislature, the Assembly and Senate would have to affirmatively concur.
Okay, and under through the Speaker, under Section 5, it states that the governor has orders, directives, and waivers pursuant, blah, 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 on vaccine distribution, administration, and management. Does that mean that he can mandate a vaccine?
You're under Section 5?
Under Section 5, following the termination of the public health
No, I mean,
emergency.
Assemblywoman, even without looking at this language, there is nothing in this bill or intended in this bill to mandate the vaccine. I mean, I, for one, who am vaccinated, would encourage everyone to receive the vaccine, but there's nothing here that would mandate or give the governor any power to mandate a vaccination.
Okay,
no.
For the record, I'm vaccinated as well. I also had COVID, but I want to make sure that people have the opportunity to have a choice and not be mandated to have the vaccine. So if there is a way to make that more clear, or if your testimony on the floor is enough, I guess.
Just let me correct you. It's not testimony. I know you're trying to put him on trial, but it's not a trial.
I'm in Jay Weber mode. And also, the executive order that's still, through the Speaker, and one more question, the executive order that declares that our children must remain masked when at summer camps and through school, that's still in place, correct?
Okay. Yes is the short answer.
So is there data that exists?
But Assemblywoman, let me just,
Sure.
I don't think it's a yes or no answer. The reality is that under this bill, the governor is limited when it comes to masks, social distancing, and gatherings to follow CDC guidelines. Currently, the CDC guidelines are that unvaccinated and children under the age of 12 should wear masks. So as of today, June 4th, yes, the answer is yes. However, as you well know, because every member has been dealing with this, especially members who have children who are in school, we would expect the CDC guidance to change multiple times between now and September.
With all due respect, the CDC guidance changed and we were still masked here. The CDC guidance changed. It took the governor several days, a week or so, to follow that guidance, and it was only under a lot of pressure.
Right, but Assemblywoman, that's why under this bill, and I just want to make this clear, under this bill, we tie the governor's ability on masking, social distancing, and gatherings to CDC guidance.
Okay, thank you. So I would just ask that if you are working with the governor on other bills, that the first thing we do is unmask our children, because it's somewhat unfair that we can go to a bar and we can hang out and come home and hang out with our kids, and then they have to wear a mask going to school when they're the least susceptible to this virus and really may have had it and we don't even know. Lastly, Assemblywoman Munoz pointed out about if the data exists, then he can declare the public emergency. And I would ask, sir, that if you're serious about that, that we ask Speaker Coughlin to post A 4813 that passed, S 2751 passed unanimously in the Senate. It has passed out of the Health Committee, but it declares that the governor does show what data he is using for his determination. So I would ask that you and the rest of the governing body here put the power back in our hands by having this bill come to this body, pass, and ask the governor to sign it. Thank you, sir. That's all I have.